Good morning, Rhinos. This video is called A Day in the Life of a Type 2 Diabetic. And that says 5:10 AM. Let's get started. So I've just put a heart monitor on, connected that to the app. It's time to do a workout, time to be a Rhino. Hello guys, now 7:30 now, food prep, ready for the day, ready for work. That's right, I'm not a massive wealthy YouTuber. I'm like you, I gotta go to work on a daily basis as well. Now, what I've got here, I'm gonna make sandwiches. Now you might be thinking, hang on a second, type 2 diabetic, you can't have sandwiches because of the flour and the sugar that they put in the bread to preserve it. Now this bread is from the Low Carb Food Company. Pointless, a shameless plug. Now the Low Carb Food Company, if you're in the UK, they produce a bread loaf which is less than half a gram of carbs per slice. So those two slices, that's 1 gram of carbs, which is really good, which really helps with breakfast choices, okay, which we'll get into in a second. So what we're going to be putting on here is cheese. I like to use organic cheese. Cheese is a good source of fat for the day, and they say calcium, you know. And then we've got ham. Now I don't use processed ham, use real ham, okay, for the sandwiches. And the reason for that, and this is good for protein and things like that, which is all good. Protein, use organic butter whenever I can. I know sometimes organic stuff is not the cheapest, so, but I do try to use organic butter rather than normal butter. Now, I've got a confession for you. I'm in a very fortunate position. I don't normally have to do this for myself. Normally my wife has got this all covered, but just to prove that if I can do it, you can do it, I'll do one for you. There's a slice of cheese. I put it on there, nice and simple, doesn't have to be complicated. Put that on there, sandwich, see, great. Life as a type 2 diabetic doesn't have to be difficult. Now before low carb bread came out, because this is a reasonably new sort of thing from the low carb food company, because you used to get bread from the shop that claimed to be low carb, but it was still quite high in carbs. And it still might not necessarily not spike your blood sugar, because you never know the other stuff that they put in it. I used to well, I still do, because I like them. I prefer them to this, in fact, but ham wraps, lettuce wraps, I'm gonna stick a video there for you to watch all on those. So because I'm out during the day and I want to make sure I keep myself hydrated, I'm gonna put some water in my Star Wars water thing. Yes, you gotta realize I am a complete nerd. So we're gonna cut up some lemon pieces in there, put them in there, and I'll put water in there. And of course, the reason I put the lemon in is good for your blood sugar, lemon, and it gives the water a bit of taste, because drinking water all day. Now at this point, I have already drunk 1 litre of water, okay? So I'm gonna put water in there. So the next thing we got then is we got some grapes, which I put in here for later, at lunchtime. Now I'll have my lunch, as you will see later, about 12 o'clock. I always try to have my lunch about 12 o'clock and do my best. Put some grapes in there, seedless grapes, these ones, but I love grapes. But I try to eat around 12 o'clock, so because I have my fruit around then, because I want my blood sugars to have time to come down, because though these are natural sugar, which is great, okay, this is all good for you, then but you still, you know, you still you want to give it as much time to come down as possible. So other fruit that I'll eat, I'll have an apple, plum. Normally I'll have a pear, in fairness, but probably what I'm going to do is put a pear in with my breakfast this morning. And then I got some popcorn as well, which is a mixture of sweet and salt, very low in carbs in there. And then for when I'm feeling peckish, I normally have some nuts. The nuts, normally about a handful of nuts during the day, but these are cashew nuts, so these no additional salt. Is a good source of fiber, and fiber is good for making you go to the toilet, magnesium and zinc. And more importantly, 0 carbs. So if you are feeling peckish and you feel like you want to have something, sorry about the noise, then I tend to find that's a good way to go. There's a handful of nuts in there, you know, and put that on there. And yet again, just to prove, look at that big smiley face. I am a complete nerd, there's no doubt about it. I've even got a superhero sandwich box. Yeah, that's right. So I'm gonna wrap this bread up now. I'm gonna stick some water in there, and then we're gonna make some breakfast. See you in a second. So there you are. So that took longer than it would normally would, because I'm talking to you. So now, because the bread has such low carbs in it, I can now have a cereal, and this is the Kellogg's Plant Protein Crunch. It's got some dark chocolate in it, good, it's high in fiber. Now this has got, per 45 grams, this has got 5.28 grams, 28 grams of carbs. So that's pretty much near where you know, about 35 we try, but with the bread, that's 2. So, you know, that's okay, but we've done a workout. Now, but for me, you see, yes, I measured it out, because I will go way over. Otherwise, that's about 45 grams of carbs in there. Because today, we teach, I teach on a Friday night, yoga. And so, yeah, I'll do 2 workouts today. You obviously, you don't need to do that. I'll tend to do about 3 workouts. Friday, I do workouts, on one on a Sunday morning. But if I didn't teach, I would definitely do another one in the week, or maybe a Saturday morning, because I would recommend that you work out about 3 to 4 times at least a week. I would do it 5. So it's because I just love doing it. It's which is my personal preference, but 3 to 4 times I would recommend. Now, the fruit in here, getting completely sidetracked. I love pears because they're really good in fiber. Okay, they taste great. Okay, and they fill out that breakfast, right? They're low in carbs. So, and it's natural sugar, but it's first thing in the morning. So, like I said, the blood sugar is plenty of time. Not going to eat again until 12 o'clock. We're not going to be snacking in between. In there. And yet again, now when I put the milk in, I do like to go full fat milk. So blue top if you're in the UK, and organic if possible. And there you are. That's breakfast and lunch. No time at all. See you later. It's lunchtime. It's lunchtime, and it's time to have some food. And as you can see, I'm in my car, which is a big thing hanging down in the way, distracted. I'm in the car, and this is why it all happened, really. It was going from house to house, sitting in the car, and in between, it was quicker to pick up a fast food from, like, you know, McDonald's or something, meal deal, something like that, rather than eating right. But no more, we don't do that. We eat right. So I'm gonna have my food, and I'll probably see you again now when it comes for lunch later, for my dinner. Talk to you in a bit. Ta-da. Hello guys, how are you all doing? So I've just finished my evening workout. We teach DDP yoga, or I teach DDP yoga to people in our program every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So sorry I didn't get back to you. For lunch, I had an omelette with ham, mushrooms, and I had a salad in there as well with lettuce, tomato, cucumber. So it's really, really nice. The reason I do that on a Friday because it's quite a light meal to have, because I'm doing a workout evening. I have that about 5:30. Always try to have my last meal around about 6 o'clock, and this gives me time to digest that food, so when I go to bed I sleep better, and it's made a massive difference since I started doing that. Never used to finish eating until about 8 o'clock at night, maybe 8 or 9 o'clock I'd have my last meal. So I always go to bed full and restless and didn't really get really good sleep. So by eating earlier, it gives my digestive system to digest the food. So when I go to bed, instead of it working, it's resting, and it really, really helps. So that's a day in the life of a type 2 diabetic. You know, ultimately, the things that we've got to do is, you know, it's not that much really. It's an hour workout, it's prepping up food a bit in advance and cooking our food. You know, I don't particularly find it that difficult. Once you've made it a habit, you got past that, I think it was about 60 days and it just stopped being a thing that I had to worry about. So there you are. Now, if you want to know a bit more about our program, Reversing Type 2 Diabetes, go to the link below. Click on the link, it'll take you to my website, stick your name and your email address in there, and I'll send you a webinar on the 3 steps that our clients take to reverse their type 2 diabetes, and it'll tell you all how much our members area is and what's involved in the program. But since we just finished the workout, we'll finish the workout as I do all of the time. So, thumb to thumb, fist to hand. Deepest breath of the day. Inhale. Make a diamond, cut a sign, and repeat after me. I'm not a number. I'm a rhino. Now charge. Hit it. Bang. See you in the next one.